Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a matchup between PanzerDave and Shetty in Week 5. Both runners are 3-1, trying to get to the 4-1 record. I'm Furious K alongside HN. HN, last time we saw Dave, he got trolled pretty heavily, if I do recall, in level 9. Do you think it'll happen again with another magic staircase scenario, or you think something else is going to happen to him?
Both.
Shetty, meanwhile, last time out got a jet seed, but unfortunately got beaten up just a little bit by the same thing, Magic Staircase in 9.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any sort of happy medium between those two. It's usually a super trolley or it's just over.
Looks like Dave has found his Santa Link sprite again, and he gets a crystal
Oh,
present
come
of a
on.
Wonder. So, freebies galore already. Blame Trenton.
Yeah, free white sword on the start screen. You gotta love that. Which means we got our free candle sitting in the wood sword cave. So obviously they're gonna look for that as soon as possible so they can start opening up their exploration. Bombs for Panzer right away as well.
It looks like they rolled slightly down, so 4 HP is enough, and Shetty gets the same luck.
Awesome. Love to see it. There's nothing worse than waiting 5 minutes into your seed to get bombs.
Just waiting on the Lionels to end somebody so we get some route divergence. No such luck yet, as we go back down to 0 rupees. And that's an expensive shop with just the heart being the cheap item in it, so I would think neither runner's even going to mark that shop. So the recipe for a lot of runners in this specific flag set has been to stay on the overworld for an extended period of time just to see what all's up there. It's led to a lot more completed overworlds, but it seems like the best times have come from those who have kind of gotten that out of the way early and made sure they haven't missed their white sword item.
Yeah, the white sword item, while not always important, can end up being a ladder or a recorder, power bracelet, something of that nature. And especially if it's like the ladder and you have a lot of blood dungeons that are blocking your way, it can be a big issue.
The other benefit, of course, is levels 1, 2, 3, and 4 usually going to have at least one of those available to you, so if you stay out of the larger dungeons, you should be able to net an item out of one of those fairly early on, but sometimes requires you to look around a little bit longer.
Yeah, Dave finding an arrow shop. It's 72, and the medium secret runs 39, so not too bad. Dave once again trolling us with the music shuffle, so we're going to have the title menu music inside the dungeons. Level 4 here at the vanilla letter.
Yep, small enough and with white sword that I think both runners should probably take a look around here rather than continuing overworld exploration. Bombs everywhere, though.
I like the use of the bombs there. Laggy room, it's annoying, just get him out of the way. And segmented for it, that. Well, Yellbot, there's a first time for everything. You'll hear lots of songs of lag with Dave.
Yep. Oh, he took a bop from the like. I think now his goal would probably just to be, I don't know, get eaten right in front of this key door, or just walk through like that. That'll work.
Nice Kananiki there. Dave continuing his allergy to heart containers.
I definitely think he'll go back for that one since he's underneath the 6 hearts that he might be required to have for a potential white sword item that may or may not be required. What is required is a little bit better combat, though, against the Gliok.
Yeah, both runners here deciding to opt against the stair. We'll see if Shatty does a Kananiki. He's usually pretty good at that. also nails it.
This is a little bit more concerning given the gap between the door and the fact that he was eaten. I didn't know if it would kind of hold him for an additional frame, but made it work.
And our Triforce is gonna be ladder blocked with a Gleeok and a Chevy room. That's always delightful.
So we are absolutely rooting for this not to roll its vanilla item.
What a fantastic little staircase offshoot there. Love it. That'll tell Dave to not even bother with that staircase. And it looks like this might be our item room right here.
Yeah, best case, it's what, probably a key on the floor? Nothing else really of use over there.
Yeah, definitely not worth the time, for sure. Shatty seeing the map on the floor and just opts to not even bother. Alright, now he's going. So, yeah, so far not too bad of a dungeon set. Likes, moblins, some buyers. That's pretty mild. Got Lionels on the overworld, so it's nice to not have to deal with those in the dungeons.
So is it a Dark Knight or Gria overworld or Wizroom? I didn't even see anything up there yet.
The only thing I saw was some Lionels. Other than that, I haven't seen any of the major ones. We do have Gibdo in this set too, so you're gonna have limited bomb droppers in the others. So Dave looks like he's gonna have to probably burn a key to get to the item here. Shatty in the same room.
Yeah, we got one room here. I think it's the old man. Because we couldn't bomb down, it kind of felt that way. And then both are going to use the key at this point. Shatty may clear the room and find out the same thing. Nope.
Below the Triforce room. Which,
Yep.
if you can't bomb to the left, you're going to be ladder blocked.
We've not actually seen the Triforce room, correct? We saw the room before it?
No, we went into the Triforce room. It was a Chevy room with a Gleeok. Shatty went in there earlier.
So right-hand staircase could troll pretty good here. It does not.
Alright, so what do you think our first item's gonna be?
As long as it's anything but ladder. Require that double dip. Be a little mean right off the bat.
I'm gonna go with Blue Boomerang.
How about book?
Ah. The croissant.
So, quite useful. About half the overworld spots are now going to open up, as far as the blocked overworld spots, which will be required, at least one of them will be, for a dungeon or a white sword cave.
Yeah, the power bracelet's the one you want to find first, as it opens up, like you said, 4 spots, which is, 4/7 of the block, so you have a pretty good chance of finding that particular one. And being right up here in the northeast means that you can make a pretty good little loop.
Dave has not seen the Chevy yet, but he will here in a couple of seconds as long as he doesn't get eaten by the like. Oh, no, he has seen it. He just wanted his heart container suddenly. That's fair. He wanted beams for most of this dungeon. I see what he was doing now.
Well, we got a nice bomb shop right there by start. Candle as well, if you want to buy a candle eventually. 15 for bombs. I didn't quite see the candle before they left, but good to have that there just in case.
Yeah, from what I've seen, the runners are still pretty split on what item they want to see as far as the dungeon blockers. A lot of people still merit the utility of the recorder over having more overworld access. Looks like 68 was that candle price. So
Yeah,
it's kind of a split. Because
early
some
on,
people...
the recorder doesn't do a whole lot for you.
Yep. Looks like it's a really interesting gambling game there. It's got the double -2 with a positive value of 18. We haven't seen the other values yet, but if there's no other significant negatives and the other positive happens to be in at least the 30s or 40s, you could probably see a bit of a scumming of save strats with the gambling game to get yourself some money if the large doesn't pan out.
Yeah, for sure. Any road's not too bad. We have one that goes up towards Death Mountain. This is a pretty good location. Gonna let you get that other power bracelet spot out of the way as well, so we're not orphaning a location. So that power bracelet really nice here early on. Wizard's on the overworld, so not in the dungeon.
And pulls voice up as well, so actually not the worst to have thrown onto the overworld, as level 7 is under the power bracelet block, so we may already be out of dungeons that are blocked by overworld blocks.
How about neither?
Yep, definitely neither in that case. There's one required and he sees the white sword item, he's 100% giving up hearts over his money. Guaranteed. Level 1 fine for Shatty. Didn't see exactly where he was on the overworld. I know he took the Indy Roads. We're going to get a good look. Forgotten spot. It's
level 1.
Yeah, interesting decision to kind of go that direction with where he was. I guess it was just the best time for him to get that routing done, so he went for it with his bombs.
Yeah, very interesting that he didn't opt to go check the power bracelet spot and such. But gonna work out for him here with this itty bitty tiny level 1. Holy cow. Is that 13 rooms? That's super small. Quick Triforce on the board. Dave going through this Pepto 7. Hasn't found anything yet. Item here for Shatty. And it's the bow. Very nice. This level 7 is ugly. Dave gonna get some bomb refills off the Tridongos. Meanwhile, Shatty having to make his way back around through the Triforce room here to find his additional item as he's blocked off due to the corridor stair. And we're gonna be ladder blocked, possibly out of our last item here in level 1. So I'm sure. Go ahead.
I'll say that's another solid troll if true.
Well, I'm sure Shatty's not glad to find the bow. It'll help with like the Gleox and the Gomas and such, but not having the Pulse voice in the dungeons, it loses a little bit of its value.
No dice.
We also get to experience the menu song with the heartbeat, which alters it even more. So we get the downbeat.
They're gonna have to be a little bit careful. These Tektites are a bit of a nuisance when they roll up. And they have done so. And it doesn't look like you can get around the slider block over here, so see if there's another way to go.
Yeah, Tektites are probably one of the more annoying enemies I've seen roll up as we find Shatty finding level 6 here. Ooh, killed in the doorway, that's the worst. Yeah, you've got to imagine once a ladder's found that both of our runners will go back to level 1 for that item. With only a few rooms left, it's almost a given unless they don't need anything.
Staircase for Shatty. It's just a transport. Looks like he's gonna take it since he did all the hard work to get through it.
Yeah, Dave's sprite is a candy cane. He runs a Christmas-themed ROM. Nice early compass here for Shatty as well.
Yeah, I've tried to convince him to use his little Link emote he has on his stream as his sprite, but he hasn't found somebody to take care of that for him yet.
Speaking of which, I need to find someone to redo my Black Knight. So look into that. So key's not been too big of an issue. Shatty's hit with 4. They've been fairly generous overall. Dave down to 1 after exploring some of this level 7. Wondering if he is just in fact ladder blocked. I think he's going to try to bomb to the right here.
I'm wondering if he saw some sort of staircase that was a transport over here or something, or maybe he's gonna burn key or something on a key door. I'm not sure. Got lucky there just a little bit.
Ooh, and we got a recorder block here, but this should be the item room for Shatty in level 6 here, unless we got a segment at level 6. Oh, goodness gracious, and it's the ladder.
Yep, so advantage is absolutely in Shatty's corner for the moment. We'll see if this level 7 dig pays off. Nope. No, it won't.
Yeah, that's just a hard block there for Dave on all cylinders. Not
good
sure if
news-
Shatty... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say the good news is he has a ton of 7 explored on that side, so he knows that's a potential item staircase that he can come back to, or it might be the transport to get him across the way.
Yeah, it looks like Shetty's going to have to take out this Patra down here in order to get towards the Triforce, not having the recorder to get into this room otherwise. But I'm thinking Shatty will probably double back to level 1 to find out what that item is real quick. It doesn't take too much time, you're already here. You know, if you can get your recorder or your silvers or something out of the way, it'll be nice.
Yeah, a little bit of an interesting decision for Panzer. I know the wood sword is going to net you a free candle, but I'd start to think about it given his routing might eventually lead him into the dead woods, and you don't really want to skip spots per se, just to try and get your free candle and get an extra heart out of the equation. Depends on which way he routes, though.
Yes, a 92 large, not terrible, not great either, but we'll at least give our runner some money. Looks like Dave is probably going to double back here and go to level 7. Okay. Not sure what changed his mind.
I'd have to see his mini-map here to know for certain what's going on.
Shatty trying to get up to this Triforce, and there are literally Patras everywhere. Ah! Bomb upgrade. Got it.
Yep, 81 nets you the normal bomb upgrade, so that's a bit of a bonus.
Yeah, so probably going to go back, I would imagine, and just bomb Death Mountain now. It seems like the play, you're here, you have 12 bombs. Might as well get it out of the way. Not likely something your opponent is going to do, so it may give you an advantage, as we do see another level here, and it's level 2.
So best item that could be here, theoretically, for Dave would probably be either defense or offense, or any key. It probably would not be silvers, because then you would think Shatty would also find and dig this dungeon later and find them.
Very linear. Wand. Very nice. Always nice to have that on the floor. Can just search for the Triforce now and get the heck out of here.
Yep, with Wizrobes up, you're not going to have all that many enemies in the dungeons that are immune to this one. Basically, things like Gomas are about the extent of that. Dig Doggers before you flute them.
And even better, this is a super key-rich level too. And Dave gonna find another heart here. So if he needs to make a pay, he can definitely pay a heart this time and still be able to get his white sword item, which we have not seen yet.
Looks like Shatty, meanwhile, is doubling back towards level 1, which you theorized he would do once he got that ladder out of 6.
Seems like a good play. It's, just from my own play style, I would totally forget. And, ironically, it's in the forgotten spot that I needed to go back to level 1 for an item. I did that in my race against, I don't remember who, but where the ladder I got it like an hour because I forgot I had an item in level 1 that I could go get. So, always good to do it while it's fresh on the mind. So this too, if you just go right, has the potential to be like a 4-room 2. You'll miss out on a couple of keys, but it's still pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, the only thing that'll stop, I think it'll stop Shatty from doing that is that bomb wall. Just because natural progression will lead him up, but outside of that, yeah, really easy level 2.
Free heart container? Oh, and here's the here's the pay door that's required. So how about that?
I'm a little bit more surprised he gave up the heart. I would see it on 7 for sure.
I figure his logic is I have arrow money and I have a bow. And not wanting to give up 64 rupees, but yes, the opportunity to basically run into the white sword item and it be 6 hearts is still there. This item is in the very last room. Buyers also rolled up, so no love from them this time around. Which means in this particular set, it's going to be... So we got Vyers and Moblins in this set, and Gibdos. So 3 of the bomb droppers, which means you're going to only have 1 in each of the others, which is a little rough. And it's the book. That's not too bad. That's a nice item to come back to. Especially with most of the larger dungeons left. I wouldn't be too upset about that.
Yep, Dave, meanwhile, almost up into Mag's territory here in about 22 minutes.
Or he's just going to buy a candle. Okay.
Yeah, Candle seemingly is in a bit of a rough spot where you're going to have to go past a whole bunch of bird bushes, so I think he just decided, you know what, I'm going to take care of this right away, and I think he's also going to take care of level 4 right away.
Yeah, I don't mind this either. Just hop in here, grab the Triforce real quick, and be done with it. But yeah, back to what you're saying about the candle. I mean, best case scenario, it's sitting in a cave at start, and like you said, you have to walk by a bunch of places that you're going to burn just to get to it. So I don't mind this purchase. It could just be down in the southwest too, and so you're walking by everything on the planet to get to it. Level 5 here for Dave. And a free Triforce, why not? We're done.
Stereo Triforce pickup says Shatty underneath all those Gleok heads is holding up his Triforce piece out of 4.
That's a good point. We do have standard music here in level 5. I didn't realize it actually randomized between dungeons. I thought it was just 1 through 8 and then 9. That's kind of cool. And Dave at 10 hearts already, so contrary to his usual shenanigans, he's got about triple the hearts he normally has.
Yep, my understanding of the music was it was kind of set alongside the mixed shuffle, so 1 through 6, 7, 8, and 9 was kind of the setup, with 9 being its own.
Ah, that would make a lot of sense. And Dave with a second bomb upgrade, so sporting a solid 16. It's a pretty nice amount to have. So best case scenario in here is, I mean, I don't even know. Silvers, maybe?
Red ring, I would think, is probably what ideally Dave would want. I think Dave's best bet, since he's a little bit behind to getting to ladder at this point, he's not like at a huge deficit, but he's at a small one. So my theory would be his best bet would be 7, and it be underneath that Goma sort of scenario.
Yeah.
Because that Goma is way out of the way from the Triforce, so Shatty, for all we know, could, with his book, start heading towards that little area where the Triforce is and just bail on it for a while.
Interesting. Is that whole right section under the 5 cordoned off by the staircase? It seems to be. Shatty, unfortunately, does not have the money to pick up the bomb upgrade, but might keep that in memory because it's pretty close to start, pretty easy to get to. Both runners simply looking for a staircase at this point.
Dave utilizing that side clip basically into that moat because he doesn't have the ladder yet to be able to kill the gel across the river rather than having to reset the room and hope it gets over there for him, or use the candle. Though he could have used the wand, I suppose, so that was a bit unnecessary, but it was cool.
Showing off some tech, never anything wrong with that. And we have the red candle, which Dave's going to pick up because he doesn't have a candle.
Yep, value for Dave, whereas Shatty just dug a couple extra rooms for only a limited amount of value for himself. He does not have the wand, so it is ranged, repeatable combat for now.
Yeah, I'd definitely go ahead and pick this up in his case. Yeah, nice find. Able to start burning right here in the forest. I will say this is probably the worst area in the game for Wizrobes, especially when you have delayed spawn orange Wizrobes. So overall, Shatty with a, I don't know, I would say a marginal lead. The ladder is a pretty big deal. Being in that level 6, I mean, Dave will definitely dig it when he gets the opportunity, but setting himself just a little bit behind. Dave is going to get the arrows here too as well, so when he finds that bow in level 1, he will have the ability to take out Gomas. And Shatty finds level 3. I mean, if you're Shatty, you're hoping that this is silvers, because then you're basically in Schrodinger's Go mode. Don't need bait. And Dave also finding himself here at level 3. Got some nice level 9 music.
Alright, so throw my thought out the window, since level 5 was regular and this is level 9.
Yeah, so it's got to be shuffled individually, which is cool. I don't mind that. I just, I had always thought that it was set, so maybe Fred had done some changes. But yeah, it's cool. I personally can't play with that flag because I find it extremely distracting, especially if I get overworld music, or menu music on the overworld. I can't play. Cappy JD in chat. Yes, we have found a blocked dungeon. Level 7 was under the Grave Power Bracelet spot.
Yep, looks like Shay's going to dig this. I think he's going to dig this in level 2, and then it's going to be questionable as to what he digs from there for his silvers.
Yeah, you might check a little bit in level 8. Obviously, you're not going to skip staircases, but if an early Triforce comes, you're just going to... I think you bolt. Get some 9 exploration in and see what you could find there first. Seems to be the way to go. I don't know how many times I've burned myself with the candle trying to shoot a bomb out.
The best part is when you do that on half a heart.
Oh yes, everybody loves that. And there's our corridor stair. What do we got? Red ring. Never gonna say no to that.
Yep, 5 Triforces, bow, ladder, white sword, red ring at 30 minutes. I think you're probably feeling okay if you're Shatty at this point, because you've got a lot of stuff that's pretty useful.
Yeah, and again with...
We haven't seen the coast, by the way.
Good point. And with the location of that ladder being in level 6, and I don't even remember where level 6 was, but you have to feel like maybe your opponent either hasn't found it or hasn't dug that out yet, so it makes you feel pretty good. Dave also going to find his red ring. The banana is going to be our white sword item. Nobody wants that. And a recorder on the coast, which is really nice for getting back around the overworld. So at least one good item here.
Yeah, I would think recorder in hand, if you don't find any items in 7 or 8 in front of your Triforce, I think you're bailing more so now, given you can flute back if it doesn't work out in 9.
Yeah, 100%. And yes, that is a very bright white link.
Fortunately, Dave cannot pick up the recorder yet. It's not seen level 6, nor has he seen the item there.
Shatty with the swag sideways into the cave. Kind of surprised he didn't grab a potion there, but with having the red ring and 6 hearts, that's essentially 24 hearts. The potion has expanded value. Not likely to get into magical stored territory, but also has some money laying around. I think they have the letter, so they should be able to pick up medicine if they want.
Beginning to feel like whoever's playing on Dave's side is an imposter at this point, given that he's still picking up hearts.
No joke, right? Red ring, 10 hearts? Nah, we're gonna get another one. Who needs a potion? But, I mean, you know, if we haven't seen the magical sword yet, you got 11 hearts, it's a pretty good shot, why not? You being the one of the prime examples of magical sword before all.
Yeah, but it can also just roll 14 and never happen. I don't know, I was assuming immediately that he was going to take the potion unless he already has one, then maybe that makes more sense.
I don't believe he does. He's taken every heart out of every Takeny. Surprisingly, we're, what, 33 minutes into the game, and we still haven't seen any of the start caves. That's pretty interesting. Finally gonna get our way over there. It's also pretty interesting. I mean, other than the Death Mountain, you know, switcheroo there from Dave, this has been pretty much the same routing here on the overworld from the runners. As I say that, they have a divergence, but you know.
Yep, Shatty going up, check level 1 before even burning the bush down here on Candle Row. I think he just wanted to make sure he got that out of the way, because he's kind of got everything north of that cleared already.
Yeah, it allows you to make this little loop here. You don't have to remember to go to level 1. Level 1, another one of those places that can get orphaned easily just because it's annoying to route in, especially with the fact that there was an any road right there north of it already. And there's level 9. That's a pretty big level 9.
So our only troll left on the board is level 8.
Woodsword at Woodsword Cave as Dave's just gonna bomb it. Gotta love it.
worth every time, especially with double bomb upgrade.
So what we're basically looking for level 8, which is at this point almost got to be in the Deadwoods.
Yep, Deadwoods are on a raft spot with the raft presumably in level 7.
That's what we're all hoping for. 11's not enough.
And then I would guess what any key silvers would be the trolliest of 9s to be had.
Oh, sure. I love it.
I think it's far more likely we're still just going to run into 8 here any minute. Would be a bit sad for Dave if it happened to be recordedly, because I don't know that we have seen that yet, or... I know there was a Deadwoods any road, but I don't think it was that lake.
It was not.
See if we get a good burn here from Shatty. Yes.
Well played.
So Dave in 6, this is where he really needs to be at this point, because this is going to house one of the 2 items he needs to complete the seed, give a weak R officially ladder blocked out of Force Triforce. He does kind of go ham on the Dark Nuts and loses.
I'm pretty sure that Dave went over to the cemetery.
Yep, he went to the cemetery, and because he didn't have a candle, he backed up into Death Mountain.
Nice HP value on the Expando Patra.
This was the transport that Shatty took and got him closer to the item, what I remember. So it's Deadwoods or Eastern Death Mountain? Did Dave go up Eastern Death Mountain? I saw him in West.
I don't think he ever did Eastern, and man, that is an ugly 6 too. I don't think he ever got the map for level 6 when he was in there.
So this compass could be a bit of a bad news bears for Panzer. He needs to make sure he finds the item. As we find, 8 is in the Deadwoods, so that's all the dungeons off the board.
Yeah, far southwest.
The item, to my knowledge, is somewhere over here on the southeast side of 6. Might just be in this one-off. Really felt like Shatty was way down here when he found it. Could be wrong, though. If not, it would have to be up in the, somewhere in this segment.
Yeah, I do not remember the exact locations. We do have manhandles that are rolled up as well.
I can say for certain he was down here close to the Triforce when he found it, because he exited the staircase.
Yaddy doing a good job clearing that out, not getting hit and forcing a bomb drop so he wouldn't be out of bombs. Finds a corridor stair.
Panzer found a Chevy with a Gliok. Shutter door behind him. To answer the question in chat, Triforce and 4 is absolutely on a Chevy.
So Shatty finds the transport level 8, so anything else is going to be an item. So you have to imagine he's going to clear out any possible staircase room just to take it out of the equation while he's here.
It's a very useless raft at this point, I think.
I believe so. We found everything of import. I think all the heart containers, white sword item, all the dungeons.
Large secret's about the best bet for it. Seven is at the power bracelet spot in the grave. Shetty did not route towards it, routed towards the forgotten spot, which is where level 1 was. Dave has cleared a good chunk of the lower half of this 6. He has not yet found that staircase, but he will find it here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be happy to see that ladder. I think at this point you're probably feeling a little bit behind. But I mean, you're only 40 minutes into this seed. And you know where a lot of stuff is. You've already explored level 7. You're about ready to clear 6. 4, you already know where the Triforce is. So just got to find level 1 at the forgotten spot. And then, you know, just level 8. So not too far behind, really.
Yeah, he's only a few minutes behind. And just because, again, he's got to explore a handful of these dungeons that Shetty has already gotten through in their entirety. He's going to have to double dip 4, as you noted, and then going to have to find 1, which is probably the biggest obstacle if his routing doesn't take him there.
Yeah, Shatty's still got to get to Death Mountain for level 2 as well.
Do you check mags again? I don't think so. Not
nah.
Where he's at, but I guess if you were to find, say, the floor heart and the staircase heart in level 8, since that's kind of where he's going now, I think that would lean me towards going back for it just because you're guaranteed it at that point, but that's about the only situation I'd do it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the dungeon sets are not bad enough that you really need to have the magical sword. I mean, it's nice for Ganon, and you have some dark nuts, but honestly, if you're not dealing with the Wizrobes, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. It would also allow you to wand mags the Vires, which at that point would guarantee they go down.
Also true. So Shatty took the whole upper side of this level 8 and basically found an extra key and what one of the items was, which was the raft, which is completely useless at this point.
Nice force. Definitely was on the agenda there. All planned.
And there's a heart container. Dave's surely going to find that. This was the transport. We'll see if he takes it. And there's the Triforce for Shatty. He's only got, like, what, 6, 7 rooms left? He's definitely looking for this last item.
Yeah, if he had right ordered that, he would bail, but he did not right order it, so clearly now decide to go ahead and dig it and finish it off.
Of course, it's going to be the last room. Okay, not quite. Dave also opting to go get the raft.
There's the heart container on the other stair, by the way.
Nice, so silver's in 9. Unless, well, I guess we still have 7. We don't know what's in 7. But it's a 66% shot.
Yeah, I guess in both runners' scenarios, raft is actually a very good pickup still, because Shatty hasn't seen 2, Dave hasn't seen 1. They could still be blocked out, so you're not going to bail on those.
There. That is a fair point. Sometimes having the omnipotent bias makes things a little bit cloudy.
Yeah, it had just dawned on me now, because I was trying to figure out why both runners were taking it, but then I was like, wait a minute, they haven't seen something.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, yeah, Dave hasn't seen 1. I'm like, oh, well, that's why Shatty grabbed it too. He hasn't seen level 2s.
Doesn't look like Dave is going to make up too much time in this level 8, though. The staircase kind of leads you on a wild goose chase through the top half of this dungeon, and he's not going to die at his current health.
Oh, absolutely not. It would take him more time to die than it would be to walk backwards, probably.
This might slow him down, though.
Actually, it will, because he does not have a recorder, so that's actually going to help him out quite a bit. So Shatty likely to wrap over here to the grave to go finish up level 7. Or not. He's gonna make a liar of me. Guess you can check the wrap spot. Alright, I don't mind this check. You're here. There's nothing else around.
It had some value for him. Potion shop, get that taken care of, just in case level 9 set has a lot of blue darknets in every room.
Yeah, I think they got basically the most friendly dungeon set that you could come up with. Dave also gonna bail. Again, makes sense. You have about 6 rooms left here.
Yep, 6 or so rooms that are not blocked by the corner at least. And he's gonna see it immediately here.
Will he pick up the heart?
At 13, I would think it's probably a given. He gave it a pause. I'll give him that much. But now he's at bags. I almost think, given that he picked that heart up, it's a certainty he's going to go get it.
The imposter is trying to make us think that it's Dave. I guess Shetty had never found level 7, so was still. I mean, that even makes more sense, right? He hadn't seen level 7, so he didn't know where the blocked dungeon was. Gonna get at least one of the bomb upgrades, so that will be nice. I do not remember where the Triforce was here in level 7. So, are you gonna dig this 7? I mean, it's your last item before level 9. Do you just dig it? In fact, I think this is the item right here. And it's the blue boomerang, so we have silvers and 9, along with the any key.
Hey, my idea came to fruition.
Yeah, Shetty being able to take a much different route through this level 7 due to having the ladder. And I also think that the Triforce is ladder blocked. So that's going to make a pretty large difference as well. So Dave's going to wrap around. He's going to get his recorder. And there is that Triforce. So Shatty just looking for level 2, and it's not far up on Death Mountain.
Dave looks to be knocking out this raft spot. Would think while you're over here, it's probably a check of level 4's Triforce and go out of there, and then probably heading up to, I would think, Eastern Death Mountain, kind of with the route he's going over the Forgotten spot, but hard to say.
Yeah, they're pretty close to one another, so it kind of depends on what your whim is at the moment, I suppose. Well, Dave can still make up ground pretty quick here. Just has to find level 1. Shatty gonna recorder back over to the Forgotten spot, which means he's likely to take Eastern Death Mountain first. No, he's gonna scroll, so he's gonna go to West Death Mountain first. But still, if level, well, I say that as he starts going east. I don't know what he's doing.
Can't tell if he's just knocking this one out and going west, or if he's just going to go straight east. Looks like he's going to go east, so not exactly sure what that screen wrap was all about, but just for practice.
Yeah, why not? So, I mean, yeah, so honestly, depending on how Trolley 9 is, Dave is right in this. Looked a little behind there for a while without having that ladder, but having picked that up, just has to find level 1. Looks like he's going to scroll over and finish 7 maybe after checking this recorder spot. And then just has almost no overworld checks left. It's just Forgotten Spot, I think, north of level 1 at Eastern Death Mountain, so it won't take very long to find that at all.
Yep, he just has to go to Forgotten Spot before Eastern Death Mountain, and he gets at least a good minute or two over Shatty, who had to go ahead and go up this direction. So Shatty won't have to do the rest of West Death Mountain.
Alright, they both just like to make me liars.
Yeah, Mags?
Okay,
Maybe?
yeah, you're right. Good call. I forget where things are because I don't track them here on anything. So yeah, I'm gonna get the cherry candy cane, orange, however you want to call it.
Yeah, chat thinks he's going to go the raft spot next. Makes sense. Yeah, he's still got the flute out, so I'm guessing he's got someplace in mind, maybe level 2, the flute 2?
I mean, if you're here, I mean, you walk this way, you grab Forgotten Spot while you scroll to level 7, and he's also got this burn spot, so maybe he gets everything along the way. We'll see.
I'm going to stop guessing, because the moment I start guessing at it again, he's going to go a different way.
Okay, so he's got all of Candle Row left, so this, I mean, yeah, and he finds 9, so this works out really well.
Speaking of works out really well, Shatty bombed right in level 2 to knock out these rooms first.
Yeah, gonna get the quick try and be done.
So Shatty's going to be in level 9. I would say a good 4-minute advantage at the minimum.
Yeah, at least. Because if you're Dave, you're checking all of level 1. He knows where to go in 7. Which so it won't take him too long to do that, but you have to get there. So yeah, 4 minutes sounds about good. So how many magical stairs to the silvers?
Well, the worst case scenario is kind of what played out for Dave 2 weeks ago. I think he went in and had a situation where the first staircase didn't work, the one through the bomb wall did, and then you had to bomb down in the staircase room that you went through. So it was one of those where if you had either scenario, it wasn't going to work out. Because some runners will avoid staircases and just bomb around and do things kind of linearly, whereas other runners will jump around the staircases. You had to do a bit of both in that one, so those are the worst.
Yeah, and also, you know, Shatty had a pretty large advantage having gotten that book early on, giving him all the maps, whereas Dave has had to feel around a little bit to get to all the rooms and such. Yeah, Shatty making very nice early entry here into level 9.
Yeah, first staircase is complete bust, despite looking like it might actually go into some rooms.
Typical. All right, Dave gonna get the map, so he's gonna know where to explore here, which is nice. I don't think you're too upset still if it's the book, just because having that map for level 9 is always nice.
Yeah, he usually hates picking up the book with the wand, but the magical sword's probably going to sway him to get it for that map of 9. Wow, fake out. Thought he was going to go for heart number 15. Is he going to give one up now? Yes, he is.
Man, this 9 eating up the keys pretty quick.
Got a bit of a potential for a trolley spot down here in the corner.
Yeah, so far I've not been able to bomb down that direction.
Now Now that bomb was absolutely forced, unlike the first one where I thought maybe he wasn't exactly counting and just got kind of lucky with it. It's looking like a bit more than 4 minutes, maybe closer to 5 now, given that it's taken Panzer a good 3 minutes or so to get through this level 1.
Yeah, still has to get to 7 and get the Triforce, and we're approaching a 3-minute gap here at this point. So yeah, 5 is probably a little bit closer.
And about the key situation and money situation, Dave's going to probably end up with positive keys going to 9. I don't think there's a lot of key doors in the way, just ladder blocks and boss blocks on the way to trying 7.
It looks like Shatty found Zelda there as he gets down to this bottom corner, and it is another one-off room. But Zelda here, what was that? Yeah, in the 9 column.
But Chet pointing out that Shetty has a lot of money left over, so he's going to have that ability to go buy keys if it really gets dire for him. I don't think we're going to get to that point, because traditionally 9s aren't awful with the keys, but at the same time, you never know. Could be linear in spots where you have to go through them.
Dave having a bit of trouble with this screen scroll. There we go. So he knows where the Triforce is. He, I believe, did not go through this left portion just because it was ladder block. So he'll find the item and get to this Triforce pretty quickly. And then it's just going to be a question of what route do you take in 9? Do you take the same route? Do you diverge? It seems to have been, even with the staircases, fairly linear thus far.
So Dave now is in knowledge mode of where silvers are. I think he's seen every item as well.
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, this time just wanting all your keys. Potential item here. We've seen, what, 4 sets of staircases now? He was trying to force a bomb there, but got a bomb drop anyway, so that works out for him. Last Triforce for Panzer here. Looks like we're actually going to have more like a 6-minute gap, 6.5 maybe?
Yep. Just kind of having to combat your way through 7 after getting over there with the screen wrapping not going the way you wanted. We got a compass in 9, but not really necessary at this point.
And I think that was staircase 5. It was at least 4, so we're running out of options for where these items could be. Not in that room.
Explains why we couldn't bomb down the first staircase we tried.
Possible item here. So Dave into 9, about 58.25. So 6 minutes, 20 seconds behind or so. That's a lot of room to make up. But it's 9. It's done. It's done. It's done worse things.
Just takes one route that Shetty wasn't willing to take because of key doors, and could be off to the races.
Yeah, Dave in the same kind of key trouble, unfortunately. Only having 2 keys.
So Shay's gonna have to probably back up a room and burn down to 1.
Yeah, you got to go up this direction. I think that's about the only way to go. It's just been you forced to go this way. It's kind of crazy. For as crazy as it seemed, it's been extraordinarily linear. Possible item room here. Shatty remembering that he has the wand. And, gosh, is this the last? Wow.
As far as I can tell, it's staircase number 6. And this leads
Yeah.
you above Zelda. So it's in a spot where we kind of wanted to be.
Yeah, these are the rooms we haven't checked. Oh, there's a Ganon.
So logically, not supposed to be able to go this way, although both runners can go this way.
Possible silvers north of Zelda here. I mean, at this point, it's got to be the Innie key or the silvers.
Or a whole lot of nothing.
Or it could be nothing. You are correct. Or we missed the staircase, and that was number 6.
Yeah, there's only one that I saw Shetty pass up, so either I mismarked it by half a stair or it leads to it.
Well, in 1 key, you're not going to say no.
Yeah, this is going to help him get the rest of these rooms knocked out, so I think this just speeds him up even.
Yeah, it removes a lot of the decision making. You just go at this point. It's got to be on this path here on this column, or sorry, this row over towards Ganon, which is super convenient. You walk 3 rooms to the left, pick up the silvers, kill Ganon, walk to your right, go to Zelda.
Feels like this almost was an old man because he couldn't bomb down. Nope, it's just another turnstile. He's going to clip this one though. Got to get over there and look.
Yeah, so logically, you either could bomb, or there was a key door we didn't use, probably.
There's definitely a key door. Can you bomb up here? Yes, so you can get into Ganon's room that way.
Oh, please tell me that you have to bomb through Ganon's room to get to the silvers. That would make my day.
I don't feel like it's possible because you'd have to logically have access to that room. Just because the turnstiles right here on top of each other and the bomb wall not existing between them.
That's fair. Would still be great.
It would be great if you had to bomb through, but I don't know that's going to happen this time for us.
Yeah, so Dave running into the same set of issues that Shatty did. Low keys, trying to bomb every wall possible, and nothing's opening up. So you gotta, especially on just 1 key now, you have to kind of really make your decision. What is it you want to do? And Shatty in this area down here that we haven't been in, so very quickly going to run into the silvers. In fact, it's probably this room right here. Nope, just kidding.
Question, Chaz, who has the advantage? I think it's Shetty just because he's down to like 6 or 7 rooms, and one of them, such as this one's almost guaranteed to push.
Yep, and there are the silvers.
So you just take the staircase back, I think, since you have your confirmed route.
Yep. I wouldn't try to find the logical route to Ganon. I would just take the cheater's way.
And then take the cheater's way back through and go to Zelda.
Absolutely.
You can either double block back through, or you can just simply reverse block clip underneath that turnstile from that left side.
Dave, unfortunately, finding this staircase up here as well. I think, again, the way that this dungeon pushes you, you have to use your keys, and he just doesn't have a lot. So he's trying to find any way to go but use keys, and unfortunately, it's kind of made him take the same route Shatty did, but just 6 minutes behind.
I'm not sure if we confirmed that this whole area was segmented off by just that staircase. It could be just blocked by that key door. So
I think it was just a key door.
There's a small chance that Dave could find the silvers a little bit quicker.
Yeah? Can you bomb? No, you cannot.
I think you have to bomb in this room back here, and if it doesn't work out, then it is officially segmented off.
Man, how about that?
And takes care of... or Ganon. Shay takes care of Ganon. Let's see if he pulls the reverse clip. He didn't quite get that time. He did this time, though. Would have only bought Dave a good minute or so, and I don't think he would have found the silvers in time. Plus, I don't think he has Ganon's route yet.
What an interesting 9.
Hey!
And she's on a tea room. Get your GGs in chat for Shatty with a finish of 106.19.
There is the key door from the other side to Ganon. What it's worth. Welcoming in Shetty to the booth. Shetty really jetty start to the seed, and then it kind of slowed down a little bit in the mid-game and end-game for you, but still got in there.
White sword on the start screen, you just start laughing. You don't see that too often, so yeah, it's nice. Just get up and go.
And I think what gave you probably the most of your 6-minute lead into 9 was probably going 6 super early on. Just allowed you to get through some of the dungeon blocks, especially the 1 and 7. You made up a ton of time by not going through the entire east side of 7.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I'd never make the right choice. I was shocked. Always going the wrong way, so yeah, I was excited with that 7. I feel like that's the dungeon and the seed I usually get lost in and lose a ton of time. So super happy with that one.
Dave, basically, outside of his combat advantage over you, is in the same situation as you were in 9. He's got 1 key to his name, and he's trying to find any way to bomb around with all 16 of his bombs, and he's run his bombs almost out now, trying to find it.
What do you mean by combat advantage?
At one point, I think you had the chance to go to 15.
Did he get mags?
Of course.
Oh, that's so unfair.
He checked on, what, 11 or 12, I want to say, and then gave up on it and got both heart containers out of 8 to get back to 14 shortly thereafter. And then purposely got himself mugged back down to 12, because why not?
Just Dave things.
If there's no key door here, by the way, I think he gets his key shortly. So he's going to
Yeah.
get his 9 opened up just a little bit.
Open 9? What is that? Thing of the past.
Thing I don't miss.
9 was crazy, man.
Yeah, it was. It forced you very linearly, that's for sure. It seemed like it wasn't, but all those staircases went to just nothing. Except for the one that went down to the silvers.
I always laugh when the first staircase you see just takes you to a room that you can't fall out of. There's no doors. It's like, alright, here we go.
2 of those, even.
Yeah, like the little troll right at the end. You had to go the cheater's way to get to Ganon and then back through to Zelda. And then Zelda forced you, because you went the cheater's way, to also have to ladder clip. Nice little touch at the end there.
I couldn't remember if there was a door there. I had the path going to the bottom of her. And I was like, boy, I was in that room, and I didn't notice if there was a door or not. I knew there wasn't one on the top. Figured, I better go check, just in case. Get lost in the race sometimes, you just instantly forget stuff. Just run around looking for arrows.
Fortunately, Dave passed on both of those staircases, so I'm pretty sure one of them was the only way down to where he needs to be.
Yeah, I was curious about that, because I don't think I bombed left coming out of start. Or bombed in this room to the left.
He's
Where you
bombed
need
them
to be.
all. The only bomb wall that could work, if he had a bomb, nice old man, by the way, would be this room right here, this turnstile. Yep, back up to 5-1 now for you, Shatty. Puts you in some pretty good competition, and I do believe gets you eligible for one of those buys that's going to be handed out, or gives you a little bit better seating for it. 4-1, not 5-1. Getting ahead by a week.
I'll take 5-1. Yeah, it's been pretty good. A lot of tough competition, always. Forget who I lost to, but overall pretty good.
No doubt somebody you should have beaten.
The joke, of course, being that Fury whooped my butt. But yeah, excited for the bye, I guess. I don't know. Be a couple weeks off, but tournament time's the best. There's so many nightly races going on, it doesn't really matter. Stay fresh, play as many races as you want to, really. So many people around, it's awesome.
Dave filled all the way back up to 16 bombs. He's going to rebomb all of these just to confirm. See how long he wants to continue after rebombing all this. It's going to be a while, I think, before he goes back up to that staircase. This room right here, bombing down, is the only spot left that can bail him out. Nope, it is segmented off. Just like it always is.
Just amazing. Another magic stair and 9. How about that?
There had to be another stair up to that area, though, correct? Because you found it, the other staircase up there. You went through Ganon.
Yeah, there's a stair in the upper left that goes to the upper right. Then you gotta take the stair. I think it's right above the girl. Goes down to the bottom left.
Yeah, I know he checked that staircase and then just said no thanks and tried to find his way back naturally.
The stair was great that he's walking through now. Went up one room. Got a kick out of that as well.
Well,
Not.
he's gonna take it since he was abandoning all staircases, so he's gonna find out the bad news.
I'm sure he's laughing. I mean, these 9s are just, they're out of control.
Yeah, it seems it's truly it's this one or it's a 4-room 9. I don't know that I've seen really anything in between.
You ever buy arrows?
Yes.
Figured I'd run into them, but I don't know if that shop by Start was the only one. I saw Gomas in, I think that's 7, and I got like really nervous. I was like, oh man.
Presumably the transport in 7 was Goma blocked in the southeast corner, or at least it felt that way.
Half thought about going back there before 9. But, kind of the routing was easier to get the 9 first. There was no other real quick way over there.
I want to say there's at least 2 or 3 of those arrow shops. It didn't feel like it was the rare shop.
I think all I missed was West Death Mountain, really.
Yeah, you got East Death Mountain, Dave got West. Was it this room that had the staircase we needed?
Yeah, this room will go 2 rooms above the girl, and then just one just has to go down in that room. Which I think is really your only choice anyway.
He's thinking about clipping out of there. He needs to not do that.
Yeah, hopefully he's got a stair below.
Now has to kill about the only thing that really rolled up for the most part in this seed. Seemed like a lot of things rolled down.
The combat really wasn't that bad. Could stop face planting into the mummies, I'd be better off, but other than that, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's always nice when you see Wizrobes and Pulse Voice on the overworld.
Absolutely, I mean, the Dark Nuts really weren't anywhere to be found. There wasn't any crazy, 8 blue Dark Nut rooms or something crazy like that,
Sure beats them 8 blue Wizrobe Shutter rooms.
Yeah, there was a nasty level 5 in one of the first races of this week 5. Go back and watch that, you'll see some really fun times. So Dave doing the completionist percent of this night. He's going to see literally every room of it.
Oh man.
Almost
got
reseal.
wall mastered. Oh, that would have been horrible.
100% would have clipped it. While we wrap up here, I think there is one more match currently ongoing. It's, well, there may be some that are just reaching their conclusion as well, but the match that got underway just a little while ago would have been the Truant Slamboom matchup, so probably the matchup that we're going to after this.
We got a romper of a set tomorrow night. Well, all day, really. Starting at 12 Eastern, 3 Eastern, 2 matches. Couple at 8, 9:30, couple at 10, 2 at 11:30.
This day seems to be the popular day in this tournament. It always seems to be.
Yep.
Not thrilled about that whole tea room situation, but we'll see if he wants to jump in for a second. Maybe a little bit annoyed with how the seed went.
Can I get your GGs in chat for PanzerDave, official time of 1:20:28. It's just, I mean, it didn't even really play bad, honestly. It's just that ladder in 6 gave Shatty a bit of an early advantage, and then 9 did 9 things, man. What are you gonna do? Right, it doesn't look like we are going to have a Dave in the booth tonight, but good game to you, Shatty. Well done, sir.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for putting this on. Appreciate it. Cracker behind the scene. MVP of the tournament, as always. But I appreciate it. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying the tournament. Looking forward to next week. Bring on the wheel.
Yeah, the wheel's been pretty exciting. I like that the addition that we have there. It makes it a lot more fun. If only you all could see what's going on in the race time GG.
And they can. All they have to do is sign up and get racing with us.
That's right. Get some practice in before our next tournament.
If they're really missing it, just go watch Also on one of his streams. His streams. Then you'll get a sense of what's going on. But yeah. I don't blame Dave for being a little bit annoyed with how that seed kind of went at the end, because he probably felt like he was in it until that 9 kind of hit with the key doors, but it got them both the same way. Just he didn't take the staircases quite as quickly as Shatty seemed to in that top corner, and really I think that was because Shatty basically had everything eliminated except for that southwest corner he couldn't get into, so he kind of had that feeling that that was it.
Indeed. Well, again, be on the lookout tomorrow. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 races on the docket. None of them have been assigned any sort of channel yet, but be sure to be on the lookout for those. It's been fun for Fury. Appreciate doing comms with you. It's always fun, man.
Yep, and I also definitely appreciate our tracker, Onyx, helping us out on the tracking behind the scenes. Always got to give those folks a shout out when they help us out.
100%. I can't even run the tracking program, so y'all are awesome.
Yeah, but with that, let's go jump in and watch the conclusion of one of the other races for tonight, and see y'all tomorrow.
Good night.